Good morning. It's Monday, October 18th. And this morning I want to address the battle in this country that's going on nationwide. And I'm talking about the abortion fight. States are running rampant, creating anti-abortion laws. And we know that the Supreme Court, in its present form, is basically pro-life. What to do if they feel that they must have an abortion? They must find other means. There is one major other mean that is available. This other mean is a medically induced miscarriage. In order to have this miscarriage, you need to buy 2 pills, mifepristone and misoprostol. Those are the pills that you need. And those pills are available via many websites around the world. 2 of the websites are called Aid Access and Plan C. Aid Access operates out of Austria, but they are a world organization and very reliable. And Plan C is also a reliable organization. And there are many others that you can. Now, part of the problem with getting these is that you must get them quickly. Because if you find out that you're pregnant in the 6th or 7th week, then you have a problem, because these pills work best in the first trimester, and it doesn't take, or there is no available like overnight delivery. It takes a while to get here. It may take a couple of weeks to get here, getting through customs and stuff like that. So what many people are doing, apparently, is they are buying pills in advance. It's a just-in-case situation. And I think that's okay if you are sexually active and you worry about the possibility of becoming pregnant, then you should take a precaution. And these pills are very reasonably priced. You can get them for $105. And these companies will make adjustments based upon your income. So you might even pay less than $105. So that's pretty good. I think that's pretty fair and everything, and you'll be prepared. Now, it's not a pleasant experience. Inducing miscarriage is not a pleasant experience, and one has to be prepared for pain and bleeding. But if you take the long-term look at your life, that may be a small price to pay. In any event, there are states like Texas and other states are writing laws against getting these pills. In fact, Texas, I think, just passed a law that if you buy these pills, you have to use them within 7 weeks or something like that, very close to what their law says. And we know the shape of the Supreme Court, they're pro-life, so I don't think that they're going to overturn any of these manifestations of abortion control. Now, there is another factor that comes into play also, that many people are not web proficient. Getting on the internet is not something that they normally do. They probably won't know how to order these pills. So unless they have a partner who is proficient, or a family member who's willing to do this for them, or some friend who's willing to do this for them, then they'll be okay. But in many cases, they won't do it. They may be embarrassed for whatever reason, but if you're not proficient on the web, you might not be able to. Another major factor in this thing, that there are many people that haven't heard about this. They don't know about it. They don't know that they can get miscarriage pills. So that's a big factor too. This is not something that's out there and that a lot of people know about. So one of the things that Planned Parenthood and some other organizations says, they try to advertise this in some very minor way because they don't want to affect the business of the abortion clinics, and abortion clinics are not too happy about the fact that people can medically induce an abortion on their own. So we have a conflict of interests. The abortion clinic wants to stay in business. They don't want a lot of people to know about the pills. But the laws that are going on in this country are kind of forcing people to learn about other methods. And it seems to me that the abortion clinic should be smart enough to advise people that this medical inducement is safe and thing. If they find it necessary, they have to, if it's a court of last resort, so to speak. But then again, at the price of $105, that's something that I think the abortion clinics can't fight against, you know. So that's another little angle here that makes this thing very interesting, so to speak. The other big problem in this country is that the opponents of abortion rights seem to be winning. Even though the federal judge blocked the Texas heartbeat law, when Texas appealed, the law still remained in effect for now. And so the only way this thing is really going to be settled is if the Supreme Court comes to their senses and allows Roe versus Wade to continue to be the law of the land. But I'm not so sure that will happen, since the politicalization of the Supreme Court is obvious. And amazing to me that the abortion rights opponents and the states have enacted over 100 different restrictions on abortions. That's the most in 1 year since 1973. And that's according to the pro-abortion rights Guttmacher Institute. Now, I don't know. I would have thought that once this thing was settled, everybody would just accept it and get on with their lives. But that doesn't seem to be the case. The people in this country are determined to fight one way or the other, as we see in the whole political arena right now. You know, we could probably avoid some of this if every state in the union was required to have a sex education syllabus. But they don't. There are many states that don't require sex education and in fact prohibit it. And that's a dumb thing to do. Do we leave it up to the parents? Most parents can't handle the job anyhow. Another interesting thing about the medical inducement of miscarriage is that the United States is way behind the rest of the world. Medical abortions accounted for like 40% of abortions in 2017, compared with 90% around the rest of the world. So we're behind in some ways, and it's surprising that not that many people understand about the medical miscarriage. And so we're still sort of a prudish country, I guess. And so I'll leave you with that this morning. I just found it very interesting that this well-known fact is not really a recognized solution to one of the big problems. So I'll leave you with that, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.